Welcome everyone to another episode of Time for BL. This is the podcast where we review movies, TV shows, novels, and comics, all in the boys love genre. So I know a lot of people probably prefer when I just talk about episodes of shows, but I really want to just talk about topics as well that's going on in the BL world, in the BL community, as an audience. So the oversaturation of BL. Is there an oversaturation of BL? That's the first question I'm sure a lot of people are going to ask. In Asia, it's getting there. It's getting there. I mean, I'm glad to see that there's more BL content, but at the end of the day, a lot of the BL content is coming from countries that still have what is the right word? They don't necessarily have laws in place that cover LGBTQ plus people in a positive light or in a positive way or properly. And even if they do have laws that protect them, societal wise, there's still like a large majority of people who are against giving LGBTQ people, Q plus people, the same rights as everyone else. I'm not the right person to talk about a topic like this. I'd really rather get someone who is a part of the LGBTQ plus community, especially in a lot of those countries that are having more media out there, but the political landscape is still against them. I think someone from that society doing a topic on that should really cover it and really talk about the impact it has, because entertainment wise, it looks like everything is great and everyone is welcoming and everyone is loving, but societal wise, not so much. Political wise, not so much. Yeah. I really want to talk about that some more, but like I said, I don't feel like I'm the correct person to talk about it. I am an ally. I am not a member. If I was a member, then we'd be there. But yeah, as far as Asia is concerned, I feel like it's getting to an oversaturation, especially when it comes to Thailand, because there's so many Thai BL books, because it's all like internet authors, which, by the way, I would just like to point out, a lot of the stories are not fully fledged out, and you can tell it's not a fully fledged out story. You can tell it's not a properly written story, and then they take it and make it into a TV show because they're just like buying up every and anything to make a show. And some of it's a great idea, it's just not written well, like all that, and they're just throwing it on TV. They're putting it out there for mass production for everyone to watch, and I'm just sitting there going, oh, what's that called? Chonlati. They just threw that out, gave it 8 episodes. I'm wondering how much did they cut from it, like that. Ooh. I mean, some of it very well written, and you can tell the ones that are very well written because they get the higher budget when it comes to making a show about them or turning it into a show. The ones that don't have as high a budget, you can tell. You can tell. I can't wait for Bad Buddies, by the way. But we don't have the same push in, especially English-speaking countries, like countries that actually have laws that protect people of the LGBTQ plus group don't have the same amount of shows coming out. Like, you get characters in TV shows. You might get a few series here and there. Actually, it's movies mostly. They don't give series. I think, that series on Hulu that I can't remember the name of because I am really bad at remembering the name of stuff. But, you know, they're out there. It's just not. Yeah. Yeah. What's it called? Love something. I can't remember. It's based on the movie and they turned it into a TV show, and I haven't watched that yet. I really need to watch it. But when it comes to like the US and Canada and England, New Zealand, Australia, you don't get the same amount of like shows just being put out the way you do in Thailand and South Korea right now. They're making a push in that, but it's all mini series. And Taiwan as well, especially with the history series. I don't know. Is China involved? No, I ain't speaking on something I don't know. But one of the main reasons we don't get it is because series work differently in those countries. In a lot of Asian markets, you get one season and that's it. Just one season of a show and you're good. Versus a lot of the other countries, you get like 5 seasons of a show. And especially when you go to the American market, Canadian market, it's like 24 episodes a season, which I'd just like to say that's too many episodes. Just give me my 10 episodes a season, 8 episodes a season. I promise you, I am good. I would rather a really good story and it be short than a story that's really long and gives me so many seasons, so many episodes, and I'm just disappointed. Supernatural. I need to watch the last season. Maybe that will help me. I don't know. I'm just thinking about all the ways that went wrong, and I'm still so sad about it. But yeah, we could. There's so many opportunities for shows. I don't think a lot of studios really know how big the market is. I think with what is the name of the show on Hulu? I can't believe I forgot it already. But I think with seeing the audience on that show, hopefully they'll understand that the storyline is wanted. A lot of people want those storylines. A lot of people want representation. They don't just want to be a character in a TV show. Like, they want their own shows, their own stories. And CW can't be the only station giving everybody the stories. I think every single one of their shows has to have like a black man who is the voice of reason and a lesbian or a gay man who's also there to have their storyline once in a while. I've said it and I'm not taking it back. But yeah, what can we do to fix this? Like, we can't really do much. I mean, that's the truth. We can't really do much. I mean, what are we gonna do? Tweet out at companies and be like, hey, can we get some more TV shows with storylines that aren't just really bad stereotypical storylines, like it's just real people doing real people stuff, and stop like counting how many of each ethnicity or group or marginalized group or whatever you have. You know how it is, like with Winx when that came out, they're like, and we added a plus size girl. See, diversity. Like, where's you're missing someone. I need all my fairies back. Please go back to the original fairies. Like, don't just get rid of the Asian fairy. So many things. I need to actually watch Winx. Maybe I'm hating on them too hard. I was just like upset to see. I don't like seeing shows with forced diversity. You don't have to force the diversity in. Like, it's just a natural storyline, a natural story. Just put it out there, and I think we'll all enjoy it, and we all want to see it. I think that's why I'm so excited that I spoke about recently the Two Princes. That's why I'm excited about televised version and animated version, because we get that storyline. Like, I want to see it. So like, yeah, give it, like, I want it. I want that storyline there too. And I love that the Two Princes is something I can listen to with family, and I'm hoping that the show, that animated version, will be something that I can watch with the kids as well. Like, that's one of the reasons why I really love The Bravest Knight. It's something I can watch with my kids. I'm trying to think what other shows. Ooh, we love, well, my husband mostly. So Mr. Young loves the Crystal Gems, and he loves Hera. So Steven Universe and, not Hera, She-Ra. Oh my god, ignore that. She-Ra. She-Ra. It's so funny. He's the She-Ra fan. I'm the He-Man fan. Like, for some weird reason, as kids, we got switched, and he watched She-Ra on TV, and I watched He-Man on TV. But now that I think about it, it actually also makes so much sense. Maybe it actually makes sense. Maybe that was, maybe He-Man was my awakening. I don't know. But yeah, like She-Ra is a show he could share with the kids. Kippo is a show he could share with the kids. And Steven Universe. We still sing like so many Steven Universe songs. Just the other day, we were like getting ready for school and work, and we're in the house just like as a family. It's the truth. It's the truth. And my favorite character is Garnet, not because of the character, but because of Estelle. I love her voice, and I listen to her songs, and I want shows like that where the diversity is there, because we're just in a world where diversity exists. And when I watch these shows with my kids, when we listen to the songs and stuff like that, I don't watch Steven Universe, I listen to the songs, I'm sorry. But yeah, when we listen to the Steven Universe songs, I know I'm exposing them to a world where people are just diverse because we're diverse. We're all different. None of you even... Oh, wait, no. They look alike. But none of you are the same. Nobody is the same. Nobody acts the same. Nobody talks the same. Everybody is, a different person. And I think, like, just a show like Steven Universe shows that. And that's, like, the kind of world... Not with the Attack on the Town, but as far as the diversity of everyone and how the society is, in a sense, with, I would say, the welcoming and loving nature part. But that's the kind of world I want. That's how I want them to view the world. I know it's idealistic, but yes, I want them to have an idealistic, positive view of the world. And I want more shows that show that. So I think one of my biggest things is I want more shows with LGBTQ plus characters that I can watch with my family. No Good Nick is a great example of that. It's a family show. It's about a girl who is trying to get back at the family that harmed her. And in the show, she finds out that her adopted brother, she's the one who's adopted, but the brother of the family, she finds out he's gay, and it's in a way where he like explains to her he's not ready to come out because he's not even sure what he is and what's going on. He's trying to understand it before he, tells anyone else about it and brings anyone into what he's going through. And I thought that was a wonderful storyline. And I'm okay with storylines like that because in that case, it's a family storyline and he's a part of the family. It's not like the best friend character who comes and goes and who we can like skip for a whole episode and not see and it's all good. Another show that I actually recently started watching is Champion, and it's produced by, why do I always forget her name? She's in The Office. Oh God, her brother had that scandal. I remember scandals more than I remember anything else. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot it. I can't believe I forgot her name. But she was actually the reason why my husband and I decided to sit down and check it out. Because when we found out she was a part of the show, we're like, she's funny. She's always funny. She always does these amazing things. Is her family Indian American? I'm not exactly sure. Oh God, why can't I remember her name all of a sudden? I'm bad with names. I'm really bad with names. But when we saw that she was in the show, she was a producer, she did all this stuff for the show, we're like, all right, we're definitely watching this. And we came together as a family, we watched it, and we loved it. It's about this guy who runs a gym, and his ex brings their son. So he knew his son existed, but they agreed he wouldn't be a part of the son's life because of all the things he'd done in his life and where he was in his life. And she was basically just ready to be a mom. They were both in college at the time, so he went on to own his own gym. She went on to be a nurse, I think it was. And their son, he wants to live in New York and attend a performing arts school, but because because of a scandal, because stuff happened, he was gonna have to re-audition, and he needed somewhere to live. So he was gonna go live with his birth father, and I love the coming out scene. The coming out scene was awesome. It's in the very first episode where he's coming out to his dad, and his dad was just like, yeah, I figured. Like, not a big deal, kid. Like, I loved that scene. I loved how it was like the coming out, because he was expecting it to be like this big moment, and the fact that his dad is just like, I thought you had something worse to tell me. Like, we're good. That's not an issue at all. Like, that's nothing I actually knew when I met you. And that whole thing, how it's just treated at, like, that idea of it just being treated as, yeah, that exists, let's continue with the story. I love that, and I want more of that. And again, that's a situation where it's a family drama kind of deal. That's what I want more of. I want more main characters. I want asexual main characters. I know it doesn't leave a lot for love storylines, but Emmerdale did it, and I stopped watching because they just started like, oh God, Aaron and Robert. Oh God, I should cover them one day. Because I love Emmerdale. But dang. But that's a soap opera. So it'll be going on forever. Like 10 years from now, they'll find a way to bring back Aaron. I don't know. Anyway. But yeah. The story, they have a storyline with Aaron's younger sister where she's asexual, but then it goes into a whole thing where she's dating a guy who's only dating her because his older girlfriend, who's, by the way, dating his dad, she is breaking laws, tells him he should date her because she's asexual, so she doesn't have to worry about anything happening with him and her. And that be the cover of their story as they date. I hope someone beat her. I stopped watching. That's actually around the time I stopped watching, because I was just like, oh, we're going that route. I'm out. I'm so out. I can't watch this. Unless they didn't do the Paige and Mr. O thing. Degrassi. But I digress. I think what it is we need more shows like Degrassi used to be. Not the Netflix version was okay. More like, oh God, I never really watched Junior High. Junior High was before my time. I watched The Next Generation when Mandy got to high school, was about my time, I think. Mandy was still in high school when I was watching. I saw another Paige and Mr. Oleander thing. Is his name Oleander? I can't remember. Anyway. But yeah, Degrassi was so diverse. It had a diverse group of people, diverse group of kids. It had storylines that teenagers can talk about and think about, with like the idea of was it like dating someone with a different religion? There was that whole thing where the girl was like, I will change religions to be with him. Luckily, they broke up. And not because of that, but because she was naive. Oh, God, she was naive. What is that actress doing now? But, yeah, I know the actor. He's in Ginny and Georgia. I'm, like, on a tangent right now. He's in Ginny and Georgia as Joe. And I want to give it up to Ginny and Georgia, TV show on Netflix. Her best friend is a lesbian, and they do cover different storylines with her and her best friend, and just it because it's so involved in her life, and her friends are so involved in her life, because they're the only people she has, really. So I gotta give it up to Ginny and Georgia. Love that show so far. I'm on episode 7, so I'm almost at the end. But yeah, I think I should wrap this up, because I just feel like there should be more. We should be able to get more storylines, actual diverse storylines, where these characters are the main characters. That's all I want. And I don't think that's something that's too difficult to ask for, too hard to ask for. Just give us main characters. Like that's it. Is it Love, Hector? Yes, I'm still thinking about that show, trying to figure out what the name of it is. But yeah, like, what would you like to see more of? I feel like in the West, like America, Canada, England, all that stuff, like, we like to publicize how open and accepting we are of everyone. And in the media, it'll even do like a really positive, like, oh, hey, look, see, we have a gay character. But I don't feel like there's as much representation as they claim there is, if that makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, I'm cool with that. And in Asia, across the board, you get that media. And again, I'm not from these countries. I'm not a part of the LGBTQ plus community in these countries. So maybe I'm wrong. Let me know. But you get like the media because it makes money. Like, at the end of the day, shows from Asia with the LGBT plus characters are making the money, especially gay or bi. So because they're making the money, they're putting these out, and we're getting things like from the Philippines, like Omando, and what was that one that I watched some time ago? Like I've watched a bunch of stuff from the Philippines, from Thailand, from Taiwan, from South Korea, from Japan. You get the media, but then when you look at the politics of it, or the society of it, you don't get the equality. And I mean, what is the solution? I don't have a solution. I don't know. I don't know what the solution could be. I mean, we can march? What do we do? I mean, tweet at studios and tell them, tweet at studios and tweet at politicians at the same time. And I think the biggest thing is we also need to, y'all, I'm sorry. Hate me. I'm cool with it. I get it. It's a huge show. Everybody loves it. But I feel like we need to stop promoting shows that have, it's not going to get better. Oh God. It's not going to get better when we're promoting shows that show people turning gay after rape from a man, and then they fall in love, and 7 years later, nothing's gonna change if that's the kind of stuff that's being promoted. Nothing's gonna change if these shows are still coming out that have this not a lot of them, like, especially, you can tell when a show is written by a gay man, produced, directed by a gay man who wants to see change, or gay or bisexual man that wants to see change and wants to see better in the gay community, and wants better for the gay community, and wants better treatment for the gay community, and wants just to bring positive lights to the gay community, versus people who are just writing or putting out or directing or shows that's all about just fantasizing of what you want to see two men do in bed. And that's my show. Oh my God. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry for my long drawn out and my tangent of thoughts and all that stuff. But I really hope you enjoyed our conversation, and let's keep the conversation going. You know, you can go ahead and tell me on Facebook or on Instagram how horrible this episode was and how you don't want to hear about this. Like, we don't care. Just talk about shows and review them. Okay, proper review will be coming next week. I'm sorry. But love you guys so much. Thank you so much for taking your time with me. This is JD Young signing out. Have a wonderful day. Mwah. See ya.